Hey everyone, welcome to day 27. We are almost done. Today is a play day. It'll be a little shorter of a class. I really recommend putting some music on that you really like to move to, that feels really good in your body. We're gonna do a embodied, weird, funky type class. We're only gonna do a couple different poses, but within each pose, we're gonna feel into every nook and cranny of our body. My biggest piece of advice is, I hope you saw that, is to put on music, close your eyes, and don't care what other people think. No one cares what you look like. I don't care what you think about the way that I look. It's gonna be funky. You're gonna move in weird ways in your body. Doesn't matter, just feel good. All right, let's get started in a tabletop. Shoulders to stack over wrists, hip to stack over knees. First, just feel each point of contact with the mat. So down through the palms, the pads of the fingers, the thumbs, the kneecaps, and then either the tops of the feet, if your toes are untucked, or maybe mostly through the pad of your big toe. Feel your shape here. Feel whatever substance and weight is grounding down into the mat, and let that ground you into this moment, this practice, and this embodiment. From here, once again, put on music, close your eyes. We are going to let our pelvis lead the way. So you can totally just get creative and move wherever sensation is telling you. If you need a little bit of prompting, I really like trying to create the alphabet with my pelvis. And it seems like a lowercase alphabet gets a little more circular and flowy and feel good, but whatever works for you. I'll probably work through the alphabet. So just create big, round movements and circles and lines. If you find anywhere interesting that you want to linger into, then by all means do that. Notice how when the pelvis moves, the ribs move, the neck moves, the spine moves, the hips move. Just notice how it's all connected. It can all flow together. And don't feel like you have to stay in one plane of motion. You can rock forward and backwards, kind of towards a child's pose, and then out towards an extended tabletop. Finish up here, a couple more breaths, a couple more letters or movements, whatever you're doing. Take some deep breaths wherever you are, so you're really like excavating into that space. And find some muscular engagement wherever you are, so that you're owning that space as well. Or staying safe and mobile within it. Good. Tuck your toes, glide your hips back, maybe change whatever song you're listening to, and find a downward dog. Knees are really bent today. Press down through your palms, stretch long through your armpits. And just take a little sway of your hips side to side, feeling how when they rock to one side, it stretches the opposite lat along the back body and side body. And then we'll take some forward and backward rocks with your pelvis. So as you inhale, it'll be very similar to yesterday's class when we rolled forward to a high plank. You're gonna let your pelvis initiate the movement. So you'll kind of curl your sit bones towards the back of your knees and your pubic bone up towards your navel. And then let that rounding motion bring you forward slightly into rounded high plank. You don't have to go quite as far. As you exhale, bend your knees, unlock your pelvis, glide your sit bones back up towards the sky, arch through the low back. Inhale to round forward. Exhale to glide back. Inhale, round forward. Exhale, glide back. Feel free to make the movements as small or big as you want today. And really just notice, it's really cool how even just the movement of your pelvis will change how you're stretching in the bottoms of your feet, and it'll change how your weight is distributed through your shoulders and your wrists, creating different demands there. Good. Lift your heels, drop them over to the right, not all the way to the mat, but find a bend in your knees, and right hip drops down towards right heel. Take those little sways forward and backwards here, stretching through the left side body. Again, as small or big of movements as you would like. Good, come back through center, drop your heels to the left, same thing. Come back through center. Walk your way to the top of the mat. Find an Uttanasana forward fold. Let the crown of the head hang heavy. And we'll move through several rounds of circle chair, which is one of my favorite motions. Again, close your eyes. You're gonna feel like a zombie. Bend into your knees, push down through your feet. We're gonna stack one segment at a time, starting with our pelvis over our knees, over our heels. And then spine, low spine, middle back, upper back, shoulders unroll, neck unravels, head stacks. And then as we breathe out, we're gonna hinge at our hips, bend our knees, lean our heart forward, 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 and then drape it down. Don't control your arms in any way, just let them go along with the motion. So inhale to push through your feet, stack your spine, unroll your shoulders and your neck and head at the top. Exhale, bend into your knees, send your hips back, fold down. A couple more through the center, just getting the hang of the motion and movement. And then as you're ready, we can start to come up to one side. So as we fold, shift over into the right foot slightly, find a little bit of a right side bend, and then push up through the right foot, stack your spine, feels so good. Exhale to lower back down, and then swing over to the left side, lift up. Unfurl your heart, and drape it back down. Keep moving one side and then the other. Come back through center, just one more here, kind of even us out. Big exhale to fold. Good. Change your song if you want. Step your left foot back, lower your left knee down, find a lizard lunge. So right foot is on the outside of the right hand. Walk your foot a little more forward, or whatever stance feels good for you. Everyone's body, especially everyone's hips, are very different. And now the pelvis will lead the way, and we'll find let's do some big circles first in a clockwise direction. Feeling the little micro movements and little micro stretches through the hamstring and the inner thigh, the groin, the quads and hip flexors on the back leg. Good, switch direction of the circles. Now make a figure 8, an infinity symbol. So really scooping and swaying with the pelvis. If it feels weird, let it feel weird. If it feels good, let it feel good. Switch the direction if you need. And then if you need to do anything other than what I'm saying, please do. Again, tune into any little pockets that are calling for you to linger there and breathe and excavate that depth. And pull your muscles to your bones to really solidify that position. You can move back through your circles or just sway side to side, rock front and back, flossing out the hips. Do a little cat-cow in your lizard. So bring the spine into it, bring the neck into it, the shoulder blades. As you're ready, step your left foot forward, Uttanasana, top of the mat. Switch it out, right foot steps back, lower your right knee, walk your left foot out to the left side. Find that stance that works for you, knowing that it can change throughout the practice, and then find some big circles in a clockwise direction with the hips. And create counterclockwise circles, so just switch the direction. Maybe you hear some clicks and pops. Apparently that's happening in my body. Can be very normal. Good, now try to do that figure 8, that infinity symbol. So really slithering and scooping through your pelvis. Close your eyes, remind yourself it doesn't matter what it looks like, it matters what it feels like, and then switch the direction of your figure 8s if you need or want. Good, and then maybe just a simple rock forward and backwards or side to side, flossing out the hips. And finally, if you took it on the first side, maybe a couple rounds of cat-cow here. It's going to feel weird. It's going to feel different. You won't move as far, but just move into whatever it is. Press your palms, step your left knee back to meet the right. 5 more breaths. Let's just do a couple more rounds of cat-cow or barrel rolling through the chest. Stay here as long as you have time for, as long as it feels fun and good and exploratory to you. When you're ready, close your eyes down. If they aren't, come back to the neutral shape. And again, just feel the points of contact into the mat. The finger pads, the palms, your pinkies and thumbs, your knees, your feet. Stay embodied in your form, in your shape, in your weight. Just a few more breaths here. Empty the air from your lungs. Take an inhale in and let it really lengthen your spine. Like feel space being created between each vertebrae. Exhale, open your mouth side out. Untuck your toes, sit back onto your hips. Rub your hands along your thighs. And eventually open your eyes. So that's it today. Just a little wiggle around in a couple poses. I know it looks weird, but I hope you committed to the practice and just let yourself do whatever felt good. Let that be something you carry throughout any future movement you do, any future yoga classes. No one is watching you. No one cares what you look like. You're here in the practice for yourself. So that's my piece of advice. And just play a little bit. Be your own person in your own body. Yeah, that's class. Tomorrow is our stillness sit practice, and then we only have 2 more days, so you're so close. You're doing great. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and then I do have my Venmo listed below. Please consider donating just for all the effort I put into these, but I truly am so happy you're here either way. Thank you for being here, and I will see you next time.